Greetings from Australia. My name is Jerome Nugent-Smith. Today is Friday the 30th September 2011. The topic I want to talk to you about this morning is the Eurozone, a fundamentally flawed economic model. And this is a very important topic considering the rescue packages that are currently being voted through various parliaments throughout Europe, member countries that are part of the Eurozone. Why do I think it's a flawed economic model? Well, firstly, current history suggests that it is. Secondly, that there's such a wide diversity of economic strengths and weaknesses within member countries that one economic model or one hat doesn't fit all. Thirdly, that when times get tough, as they currently are and have been since 2008, with the global financial crisis and the stock market crash of 2008-2009, then problems that were under the surface bubble to the top and become worse and worse. And this is what has occurred in countries like Greece, Ireland, Portugal, Spain, the Baltic states such as Lithuania, Latvia, and the list just goes on and on. In fact, there are so few strong countries within the European Union and the Eurozone in particular, and one can name them on less than fingers on a hand. Mainly Germany and to a lesser extent France. England, of course, which is a member of the EU, is not a member of the Eurozone. Switzerland, of course, likes to sit on the fence. It's not a member of either the European Union or the Eurozone, but has the advantages of being many of the advantages of being a member of the Eurozone. Now, another critical reason as to why the Eurozone economic model is fundamentally flawed is the fact that control of interest rates, rather than being with the individual member countries' central banks, is controlled by the European Central Bank. This means that the authority is out of the hands of the governors of the central banks of particular countries. And this is one very important reason why England, for example, is not a member of the Eurozone. It has its own currency, it controls interest rate policies, so that when times get tough, it has that policy option. The central bank in the United Kingdom has a range of policy options through interest rate and money supply to influence economic outcomes, both on the internal account and also on the external account. Also, the European Central Bank controls the foreign currency, exchange rate fluctuations because there's the euro. And again, this is not the situation with regard to a country like the United Kingdom, where the British pound and foreign exchange rates can be influenced by actions from the central bank. So these two fundamental reasons, interest rate policy and exchange rate policy, are controlled by the European Central Bank rather than the central banks of the individual countries. Now, this has certain advantages, but in difficult times it has major structural disadvantages which cannot be overcome. It limits policy making options for governments within the Eurozone. In my view, the Eurozone is fundamentally flawed. It should be disbanded, and it should be disbanded as quickly as possible. The current round of massive rescue packages for countries like Greece that are mainly funded by the German people, taxpayers' money, is absolutely ridiculous. It's short term. It's going to ease the pain for a limited extent with regard to Greece and the Greek people and so on, but it's certainly going to add to the pain of the German people, both in the short, medium and long term. So you've got the German people essentially propping up Greece, and and if necessary, and if things don't change, they'll prop up Portugal, Ireland, Spain, and the list just goes on and on and on. So when is it fundamentally going to stop? What I can't understand, and people haven't yet been able to convince me of, is what are the major reasons of having the Eurozone in the first place. So I think that over the next 6 months, I think that there's a very strong likelihood, despite the rhetoric that's going on at the moment, that the Eurozone will in fact be dismantled as it should be. Thank you very much and have a great day.